brand new, came out a couple weeks ago. Already so many reactions online to it, and for a good reason. I've already listened many times, so I'm excited to see what these two have to say about it. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Ready here.
Gotta turn the sound on. There we go.
Yeah, I got voices in my head again. Tread carefully, and I don't medicate, it helps me temporarily. I got problems, I got issues, yeah, apparently. Trauma that I'm burying, I think I need some therapy. I battle depression, I'm back with a message. I'm asking the question that if you hate me, why you acting obsessive? I'm past the point and no return by being passive aggressive. I'll brandish a weapon, teach all you motherfuckers a lesson. Yeah, I actually battle my demons and shallows, and swimming the deep and the creep in the shallows and lost. Gotta admit that I'm living the life that I've always wanted, but it comes to the cost. They're licking the charms, they're fixing to rip me apart. I'm swimming with sharks, I'm lifting the bar, I'm lifting the end of the stars. I like I shot up a adrenaline, mixed with some redolence. Started a battle, but bitch, I'm a finishing. Think you can stop me, not even a little bit. Nowadays, everybody's so sensitive. Taking my words and you picking apart. Tripping on nothing, just getting the car. Gripping and ripping and sticking the mark. I'm tipping the charts. I got enemies trying to get rid of me.
This is the one part of the song I do not care for. I do not like the mumble rap inspired chorus here. Doesn't work for me.
He's been
Never been a
leaning
style I
towards
liked.
that. Yeah, he's definitely been leaning towards that stuff. To seem like more modern, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I love the rap here. Can't say I don't know why he went into the mumble rap there.
Evil tendencies are fucking with me mentally. I got people that don't like me in the industry. I can feel your energy, you were not a friend of me. Cause I have been to places that you never wanna go. Yeah, I got dirt on people, but they act like I don't know. Yeah, I can do some damage, but I'll never rock the boat. All it takes is one post, watch them fall like dominoes. You'll never get rid of me, too many enemies ripping my imagery. You know my history, it ain't a mystery. Put every enemy out of their misery. Somebody send me some positive energy. I'm about to go dark, I'm about to go dizzy. Into the darkness, into infinity. Shut you motherfuckers up. Listening? Stacking every little pretty penny that I'm getting, and I'm never giving in to anybody. Always winning, never kidding. When I die, I'm taking everybody with me. You're never gonna get me, cause you never see it simple. Yeah, my motherfucking God, you're a light gone. I'm a time bomb, I'm wrong, it's my God. I'm killing syllables of the letter of Philip. I'm a lyrical, typical super villain. I'm venomous, and I'm never gonna stop until they put me on top of the list.
Gotta love that little rap god cadence there. Right into this drop here. I'm gonna rewind a little bit so we can get the full effect of that.
I'm a lyrical, typical super villain. I'm venomous, and I'm never gonna stop until they put me on top of the list. I can't control the monster any longer that's inside. The pain and sorrow left us solo. Now tomorrow's hard to swallow. Death is calling, so I'm crawling. Tightrope walking, now I'm falling down. Like missiles falling from the sky. Come and save us. Pain and sorrow.
Love that. You guys get that reference there?
But it was so fast. But I saw you talk about where the guy got hit in the head with the
the guy that looks just like Sebastian Bach getting smacked by a laptop.
Yeah,
love that.
That is hilarious. He loves to include the feuds in the videos now. It's like before, I don't think he did that.
Yep.
One day you're gonna figure out that everything they taught you was a lie. Watch the world burn.
Can't say I'm into the the super abrupt
As I'm in the
ending
midst of a
to it.
Mm-hmm.
First time I ever heard that, I thought that it was glitching out. I thought that, the song got cut off early.
Mm.
Breakdown, my one comment is the breakdown insanely similar to the Voices in My Head breakdown, just with some shredding guitars over it, which super nice addition. I feel like we haven't had that from them in a while.
I was just about to say, there's something that bothers me about their structure musically. It feels very overthought. Like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm going to hit him with this kind of similar part where I'm like rapping like pretty fast, and then I'm going to hit him with the rock part. The rock part's gonna come in at the exact same time, and then I'm gonna hit him with the hard breakdown at the end. That's gonna have a very like I think out of all the songs I've heard, they've all had that same kind of like exact same structure. And while I appreciate him having the change ups, I feel like it's almost like a little too planned for my brain to like not like predict it and get like taken out of the song because I'm like, oh, it's gonna be that part, it's coming up, you know. So it's interesting that happens.
I mean, it's uh, uh, there's so much going on. It's like there's the rap part, there's the heavy metal part, there's the I recognize like the some references here and there part. I mean, for me personally, it's like it's a I the word Mike uses overthought. I actually agree with him on that. Actually, it's like I mean, it's not a bad track. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that it's a little too almost too complex, almost too over. I mean, it's not bad. I just think it's like overdone a little bit. You know what I mean? I mean, it's still good. And would I go back to it? Personally, maybe not often, but if I'm in the mood for like some performing a verse, sure, why not? You know?
Do we want to give our rating of it here, just as a
Yeah, I'll start with mine. This one, Falling Reverse, been doing the best work of their career for the past since Popular Monster was that like 2 years ago now. So for me, this is probably my least favorite of the ones that have been released since then. Still very good song, just a couple questionable choices on there. At first, it took me a while to figure out what was going on lyrically. I feel like it got kind of buried, like some of the rap parts got a little bit buried in the mix in the beginning there.
Yeah, I agree.
That's one thing I noticed a lot. And now having listened to it for the past couple of weeks since it's been out, and like getting the lyrics down, I like it significantly more. So I mean, as of now, having the advantage of having some time to sit with the song, I give this one a 9 out of 10. I really like most of the aspects of this. I love the direction that they're headed, and this one really just had a couple of questionable choices. So far, everything else they've done since Popular Monster has been a straight 10 out of 10 for me. This one just fell slightly flat of that, 9 out of 10. Still love it.
Cool. Mike, you want to go next?
Yeah, I think just kind of going back to what I said, I'm starting to predict too much in the music, and whereas like I liked one song because I liked the the sounds of the riff in it, versus like when I hear another song, I'm just not a huge fan of the overall, you know, the melody and whatever in it. So for me, I'm sitting somewhere between a 6.5 and a 7. For argument's sake, I'll say 6.5, just because I'm not quite I'm too new to it to really be able to like really let myself sink into it. But I'd say 6.5 until further notice, until I listen to it like 15 more times, and then maybe my brain can pick up on what I heard.
All right. I'm sitting at about a 7, truthfully, just a little higher than Mike. Maybe I feel more optimistic about it. Maybe I feel like it's like similar to Mike. I just heard it for the first time. It needs to grow on me, like it needs to like envelop a little bit in me. Other than that, I think it was good. I don't think it was bad. I think it was actually very good. I think it's just a little bit overdone here and there for like 3 or 3.5 minutes of a song. You know what I mean? But I mean, still a really good track overall. So.
Also, music video, absolutely nuts.
Oh
He's
yeah, music videos,
absolutely killing it on that. I don't know what budget. I think they're on Epitaph still. I don't know what budget they're giving him for these videos, but they are killing it with those.
Yeah, definitely.
My next pick, A Beautiful Ride. John C. Riley, Dewey Cox from the movie Walk Hard. Honestly, one of the best comedy music, one of the best movie soundtracks out there, and it's a comedy movie. Voice incredible. I'm just gonna let it do the talking. Oh, I pulled up the wrong thing. We're not playing a movie clip on YouTube. Hold on. Here
There
we
we
go.
go. Yeah.
That I have lived a lifetime's worth of days. Finally I see the folly of my ways. So listen when I sing of the temptations of this world, fancy cars and needles, whiskey, flesh and pearl. And then in the end, it's family and friends, loving yourself, but not only yourself.
I didn't realize that he could sing so well. Like I know this is like a comedy, but I think they definitely had to take that into consideration when that he could sing well enough, and it's definitely, I like the mock of like music at this time, like the very country western, like obviously like Johnny Cash, kind of playing off that story. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
playing off the whole, it's like the whole mockumentary thing.
Yeah.
The whole soundtrack of this is country western, like Johnny Cash. That they hit on like some Bob Dylan-esque stuff. The whole soundtrack is great, but this one culminating in this, which is more of a serious song, that
Right.
somehow works so well. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he actually learned to play guitar for the soundtrack. It could be off on that one, but I'm pretty sure that's what I know. But yeah, the vocals on this, absolutely killer. And I never would have thought John C. Riley, of all people, could sing like this.
Yeah. Yep.
It's about the good walk and the hard walk and the young girls you made cry. It's about make a little music every day till you die. It's a beautiful ride. A beautiful ride. Beautiful, beautiful ride. As I stand on the precipice of death, my perspective is enormous. Every leaf, every cloud, I see the hands which have formed us. And some days all you got is a nighttime graveyard walk, and you whistle some sweet melody to the ghost down at the dark.
Yeah, I really like the change in like key that he just pulls off, like that in the part we heard before where he's just doing these kind of like key changes like that, I think are like definitely taking it seriously to the level that it's like the comedy here is almost like is the underground, and the song itself is actually pretty straightforward. So like, yeah, I'm surprised. I love the key changes and the just the flowingness of the vocals. So yeah, I'm digging that.
The composition of the song is so well done. I don't know if he wrote it. I'm sure. Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
But yeah, the composition of this, whoever wrote it, incredibly done. Yeah, those key changes are nuts. And so far there's really not much comedy in it.
Yeah.
For being from a comedy soundtrack. So far as we've gone through the song, the only part is really how crazy they shift it into that just over dramatic standing on the precipice of death.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's mostly like a serious song, and it's so well done.
Definitely.
music, flowers, babies, sharing the good times, traveling not just for business, accepting your mortality. This is finally what I've learned.
I love that. They could easily just let you forget that it's a comedy, but then they just hit you at that in the middle, and it works so well.
Yeah, I like how he's like, he's like just keeps talking where the song's like not, it's just continuing on, but it's not moving on. It's just waiting for him to finish his list of things. I forget what they call that, but when you just, drag out the phrase, I think that's hilarious. I love when people do that.
I love it when he gets to traveling not just for business. Kills me.
That's awesome.
Then in the end, it's family and friends. Loving yourself, but not only yourself. It's about the good walk and the hard walk and the young girls you've made cry. It's about making little music every day till you die. It's a beautiful ride.
Also, I appreciate the big bands in the back. They didn't have to do that. They could have just made this like an old ditty with a guitar and just him singing. But like they're literally like, all right, we're gonna have to go for this. So like, let's literally have like a accompanying like brass section in the background. Which me, I am a sucker for like all the band sounds in music, and it's definitely like, wow, you didn't have to do that. And I feel like they're like, we're gonna do this right, like, and I appreciate the detail of like adding that in to really bring that, like you said, it has an epic feel to it, to a almost comedic nature.
Yeah, and it in context of the movie, I think all of us have seen it. I think we had mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
In context of the movie, that's supposed to be like the culmination of the whole movie. Spoiler alert for everyone that hasn't seen this.
Yeah, for me.
But it's also like 15 years old at this point.
Any
Give or take.
thoughts, JT? Do something. Do something.
What's going on, everyone? Where am I?
So yeah, I mean, I won't spoil what happens directly after the song, but go watch the movie, JT. You gotta see this movie. It's so good.
I will. As soon as I find out what streaming service it's on, I'll watch it.
There you go. Oh, you kids and your streaming services, go buy the damn DVD, all right?
Yeah, no, you need this. It is so good.
Buy the DVD, he says.
The Bluetooth. The Blu-ray. Nice. Cool.
I love that song. That is honestly one of my favorite songs of all time. It is so well done. And it's something you don't expect from the people behind it.
Yeah.
I don't know who played on it other than, John C. Reilly on vocals, and I believe he did guitar for it. But other than that, I don't know who did it, but the instrumentation is done so well. It's really well done, really well crafted song wise. The lyrics are actually very good, meaningful lyrics outside of that one little bridge where he's just rattling off music, flowers, babies, all that. So it has that aspect of humor to it. I love it. I love how epic the song feels. And even, like I said, in context of the movie, it works so well as the culmination of everything that happened. And absolutely incredible song. To me, this is a 11 out of 10. This one was way past 10 for me. Yeah. I've loved it since I first heard it back when the movie like first came out.
Yeah. Yeah, and for me, it's interesting. I'm not a big country western guy. It does have some other factors going for it, like the big band sound and some of the key changes. It feels, it's country western without the thing that I hate the most about country western, and that's like, over stereotypical country western lyrics. Like it's just talking about life and the things you're going through, and what makes it, the walk, the journey, the this and the that. Whereas like most country westerns are just the most annoying lyrics about your country life and this and that. Like, but it's just like stereotypical.
Forget
This
your
is like
tractor.
your tractor, and
Yep.
this and that. So yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. Yeah, 8.5 for me. I
Nice.
definitely felt. Yeah, I feel like it's got a good uh, sweeping, flowing kind of quality to it, and definitely it wasn't like blow my mind like with some of the um uh the intro, the going to the chorus and stuff like that. But I liked all the elements that brought it together. I think it was like super blowing mind catchy or anything, but it was definitely well done and put together nicely. So yeah.
This is a 1 out of. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, I would
Well,
never do that to you. I would never do it to you. Um,
well, no,
this
be
was a
honest. Be honest.
no, no. I am. No, I. This was a surprise. There were so many different changes throughout the song. There was so many different but it didn't feel forced at the same time. It didn't feel very much like like, here's a transition here, and then we're gonna change it immediately, or whatever. The changes felt natural. But I'm not the I enjoy country western. I'm not like the biggest country western guy. I enjoy some of it, like not all of it, but I will listen to more like the older stuff. And this reminded me a lot of, like you said, Johnny Cash, or even like Willie Nelson to an extent. You know what I mean? But this is something I could definitely listen to again and again, and probably never get tired of it. Truthfully, Kyle, you've opened my eyes up a little bit more than I
If
thought they should be
if
open.
you like Johnny Cash and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
check out the movie and the whole soundtrack.
Okay.
It's so much along those lines. It's a mockumentary of the Johnny Cash, you know, documentary movie.
Okay.
So it kind of, because that those were popular at that time, was like the whole documentary style movie on like the old musicians' lives. So this is a whole mockumentary on that, and it's hysterical. I'm not gonna spoil much about it for you,
No,
Yeah,
but
no,
it's
no.
one of my favorite
definitely
movies.
watch it. Definitely. Yeah.
I will definitely see it at some point. I will buy the Blu-ray 4K deluxe set of it just to make
Yeah, you
sure
gotta
that I
buy the
know.
$200 version, collector's edition.
Yes, it's signed by John C. Riley too, so he better
That's
sign the
funny.
damn thing.
Oh,
But no, this is a 9 out of 10. At some points, it reminded me a little bit of like A Day in the Life by the Beatles, a little bit. Like how like there's
Mm.
changes in there, like there's certain changes and stuff. But this
mm,
felt more like a country version of that, if that makes sense.
That's a
Mm-hmm.
good. That's good.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So it almost felt like a more of an orchestral country, not even pop or rock song, just an orchestral country song that John C. Riley happened to sing on, and sounded really really cool. I love it, man. 9 out of 10,
Nice.
seriously.
There you go.
Nice. Here we go.
Oh, blow it, Kyle.
All right, so my next one's actually a cover. It's
Ooh,
the band Point North. They've gotten a little bit bigger in recent years. I found them probably about 2019 or so.
Kyle, that's a
Uh,
bad word. Sorry,
what?
that's a bad word. I need a parent. I need an adult. There's a bad word on that person's hat.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Oh my God, we're
No,
canceled.
flagged, flagged.
YouTube's taking us down. Hold on, I
there
got this.
goes 8 years down the drain.
There we go. Better.
That's better.
Definitely
just,
can't
just,
see what it
just make
says.
just make it say duck.
Duck. Yeah, yeah. There you go. Duck lip. There you go.
That's
Good enough.
better.
Good enough.
Anyway,
Now
this
the
is
name of
actually
the.
the band is Point North.
I know.
The
And the name
song
of the song is nothing.
is Hammer.
Hammer. Okay.
It's a cover of a band. He's not really a band. He used to be like emo rap type styling stuff. Now he does more like pop punk adjacent things. Nothing nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Um, way better than the original. This song is my favorite thing that Point North has done, and that's saying something because I actually really enjoy it. Almost all their material. So let me get this going.
Oh,
and they actually use in the middle here. I'll point out when it gets there, but they actually kind of medley another song by the guy in there too, which is really cool. They did something similar. They did a cover of Post Malone's "Paranoid," where they did something similar. They kind of medleyed like 3 different songs in it.
Right.
I did it all on my own, no promo. I got fans getting tats on my logo. I remember when nobody came to my shows, but I kept coming back like a yo-yo. In high school they would laugh, try to label. Eating lunch with nobody at my table. Everyone they used to doubt got a day job. I just made a few stacks off a merch drop. It's about time if they go and take me serious. If you're not feeling this, you're probably delirious. I'm all one, yes I'm all one. They can never be me, 'cause I'm a rainbow in your dreams. 'Cause it's about time to turn the clock for sobriety. I can feel the hate building up, it's inside of me. I'm on one, yes I'm on one. They can never be me, 'cause I'm a rainbow in your dreams. 'Cause play the guitar like a young Santana, rapping BT like my name Bernie Sanders, winning 2 lives like my name Danny Phantom, on my champagne like a motherfucking hammer. Play the guitar like a young Santana, rapping BT like my name Bernie Sanders, winning 2 lives like my name Danny Phantom, on my champagne like a motherfucking hammer.
Gotta love the Danny Phantom reference. Any Danny Phantom fans here?
Woo!
Mike, too recent for Mike's
yeah, I don't
Mike's
know who the
taste.
hell that is.
Also,
That was my
just
childhood.
noticed. Anyone else notice this? Wrong form.
Oh God, what is
They,
that?
It's supposed to. They misspelled your. It's supposed to have an e after.
Here.
Grammatically changing it on the camera.
Oh God. I never
Something
noticed
I'm
that
wondering.
before.
I hope it changes throughout the next verse. I'm kind of not a huge fan of the vocals where like the structure is like and then that happens, right? So I'm like, okay, not my favorite, but I'm hoping they do something different in the next verse. And if they do that again, I'm like, if they're like the next time they instead of going they go they just do something different instead of just doing the same thing. My brain just gets irritated by stuff like that. So I'm just curious, moving into the next part of the song, if it's going to do that all over again, or if it's going to do something different. You know the answer to it, but
I know
I'm
the
just
answer.
curious. I'm just curious about how they handle that. So yeah, I'm interested.
Here's where they kind of medley up another song. I forget what the other song's name is off the top of my head. I don't really listen to Nothing Nowhere too often, but yeah, they kind of medley that right into here and change it up a bit.
Okay.
So this is the place I was talking about.
Yep.
The drums of that part absolutely kill it. Love that.
I was just about to say that the production's a little muddled in some areas with like I don't know if they're doing it on purpose where the vocals seem like they're um I don't know, like farther away than they feel like they need to be. Like and the music's kind of buried in the back a little bit. Especially when those harsh vocals kind of came in. But even the main vocals, I feel like they're a little on the muddled side. But I mean, it's nothing really horrible. It's just I wonder if they're doing that to get a kind of a certain feeling to it, like just the effect, that they're putting over top of it. I can't really tell.
Mm.
Like they're doing it there, but JT,
How new is
do
that?
something, do something.
Do something. Do something. I was bopping my head. What are you talking about?
I was just messing with it.
I know. Kyle, how new was that? Was that a cover? You said it was a cover. How new is it?
That came out like 4 years ago.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure
Wow.
if it was like this year, the year before. So,
No, that's still back when Point North was relatively new.
Okay.
Before they kind of had a following. They have definitely more of a following now.
Okay.
That song I think is still their biggest song, if am remembering correctly. Also, I remembered halfway through that part, that little medley part is from the Nothing Nowhere song "Let Down."
Okay.
Little fun fact there, but yeah,
Nice.
I love that song. That is a straight 10 out of 10 for me. I'm the pop punk guy, so any of those like upbeat, fun pop punk songs, absolutely love them. And this band, highly recommend checking them out. I will say that their first full length album, not as good as the two EPs that came out before it, but still very solid. And the singles after that have been very good. So if you like this, you'll probably love them.
So for me, this is a solid 3 out of. No, I would never. No. I would never. You know that. You know it already. No. This is this. I agree with every point you just made. Pop punk is always a fun time. There are some pop punk songs that there's some just pop punk as a genre is just always a fun guitar centric. It's always fun. I love it when it's upbeat and whatnot. Like, and this is a good example of that. I have to say this is one of my. I really like this track, Kyle. I'm glad you introduced me to it. I have to say that I'm gonna give it a solid 7.5. Nah, we're going with an 8. We're gonna go with an 8 out of 10 for this one. This is actually because when you think of pop punk, you think of songs like this, and even though it's like 4 years old, it still holds up today in 2023. So 8 out of 10 for me, my guy. I really
And,
dug
I'm glad
it.
you didn't.
Not bad.
I'm glad you didn't take my rating, JT, because
Oh.
7.5 is exactly where I was sitting. And
Oh
it's nice.
man.
I enjoyed the. Okay, this is one of those rare moments where I want the vocals to do what's going on in the background with the guitars, where the guitar is like.
So yeah, I will say I
You
remember it
know?
is a song it's a cover of a song that's based in the rap genre. So it's
Yeah.
kind of limited with what they had to work with there.
Yeah, and here's my rating. I'm gonna put this face. That's my rating. Like it's like a 7. I'm not like below. I'm gonna start doing like a little thing that's gonna be my new way to rate a song. So yeah, like I wish the vocals and exactly what you're talking about is why I think it brings it down is because it's unfortunately held back by its source material. As in addition to them just taking and making it something of their own, which they could have like been a little more creative with like the vocals, doing something a little more like less rappy, kind of like that repetitive kind of like thing. And it could have just like really like if somebody just took that part and just separated those vocals and made something different that followed the guitars, I think it would definitely been like an 8.5, close to a 9. It has that pop punk feel, which I love, but it just held back by that rappiness and doesn't really allow me to explore the melodies in my brain that I want to hear from it. It just kind of suppresses those. So, still got a good feel to it, so 7.5. Good.
Okay. Nice.
Um,
All right, we're gonna continue with nostalgia, but nostalgia in a different way. This is actually a song from last year, but makes me feel nostalgic in a totally different way with all the references to uh past music and things like that. You'll see. This is I Miss 2003 by As It Is, a band that surprisingly enough, this is off their last album, which was by far my least favorite thing they've ever done, like light years behind their other releases in my opinion. But this song is one of my favorite songs by them. So let's go.
I've been feeling old and out of context, and if I'm really being honest, I miss everything I had at 16. 'Cause now I'm feeling miserable at best. I guess that's what you get when your dirty little secret is how I miss the year that gets me. So tell me that you're alright, 'cause I'm not okay. I left the best of me in 2003. Now life is boring, let's write a story where we never grow up. Till 4 in the morning, singing newfound glory at the top of our lungs. So tell me that you're alright, 'cause I'm not okay. I left the best of me in 2003.
Just want to point out, when was the last time we got a good skateboarding pop punk video? It's been quite a while.
No,
Long overdue.
actually, that is actually good, and I like that they incorporated all their fans in the music video, which is like more of a modern thing to do. Like a lot of hardcore bands were doing that kind of thing, like but not with skateboarding, which I think is like the fresh kind of take on it. Yeah, so I'm liking, and this is kind of almost exactly the opposite of what I was expecting for the video you played last, where the vocals are doing the melody of what's going on with some of the backing guitars. Yeah, he's doing that, and rather than doing this repetitive kind of like, like you said, the rap thing kind of hurt that, but I like, more what I expected in this video, and I definitely want to hear more.
And so far we already got references: Mayday Parade, All American Rejects, Newfound Glory, and we're just gonna keep this train rolling with that.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of a crisis. Welcome to my life. No, I don't think that I like this. I can't believe I got this jaded. And I remember singing to the anthem. My friends were the best. Wish I knew it when I had them. Yeah, 'cause now it's kind of complicated. So tell me that you're alright, 'cause I'm not okay. I left the best of me in 2003. Now life is boring, let's write a story where we never grow up. Till 4 in the morning, singing newfound glory at the top of our lungs. So tell me that you're alright, 'cause I'm not.
I really like the guitar in the background that's kind of doing it. It's kind of doing that little pattern. I don't really love the use of like beats in the background. I feel like I kind of wish it's just such an unnecessary addition to the song.
It's something that's all over this album, man.
I know, and it's so weird because it's like it doesn't need it. It
Yep.
literally does not. It's like it would be like me showing you like Casablanca and then adding like I don't know,
Laser beams,
right,
like
it's just
Star Wars sound effect.
you just like why is that there? It's just like right, it just doesn't need to be there, and it almost feels like um trying to kind of like uh modernize something but keeping the old I Miss 2003 kind of vibe, but but almost like yeah, trying a little too hard to add that factor in there. But I mean, it's not like a deal breaker or anything. It's just like I just don't get it sometimes. I'm just like, just get rid of that, man. You don't need all that crap. Like it'd be less work for you in a live setting to have something playing while you're backtracking to something that's just get it out of there. So yeah, a minor notice.
Drive through every red light just so I could press rewind. So let me kill the headlights, maybe if we close our eyes. I drive through every red light just so I could press rewind. So let me kill the headlights, maybe if we close our eyes. So tell me that you're alright, 'cause I'm not okay. I left the best of me in 2003. Now life is boring, let's write a story where we never grow up. So 4 in the morning, singing without glory at the top of our lungs. So tell me that you're alright, 'cause I'm not okay. I left the best of me in 2003.
Oh, Fearless Records. I know some bands on that record label, I believe.
Oh yeah,
Good,
Fearless.
good.
Years ago, Fearless was huge.
Yeah, good
That
band.
was like the massive pop punk
Oh,
label.
I saw the next song called IDC,
Oh
comma
yeah,
something.
I'm telling you, the
Cringe.
last album by them is so like cringe
Yeah,
and really
yeah,
not good.
yeah.
Minus like a handful of songs on it.
Remember, guys, we're young because we have a song titled with IDC as an abbreviation because that makes us like young kids, who just don't give a damn. Just
Oh,
don't
but
forget
Mike,
that, guys.
what you're not realizing about that is actually it's two songs. The first song is IDC, I Can't Take It, and then the second song is ILY, How Are You? Two separate
LMAO,
songs, yeah.
LMAO, WTF.
SMH.
Damn it.
But I
Yeah.
mean,
So JT,
yes, I mean JT,
very,
go first on this one.
yeah, JT.
Wow. What a
TJ.
throwback, but yet it's brand new. That's what I would have to say. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, I wasn't like it's like we
JT, how
said.
old were you in 2003?
You were just swimming. You were a nematode by then. You were just swimming
I was
around in the.
probably 5. I was born in '98, so yeah, 5 years
Okay,
old.
5. All right.
So
So you remember 2003?
I remember very very little of
You're,
it, but yes.
you just got done crapping your Pampers.
Yeah, I was just shitting so much in my diaper, it was terrible. But anyways, or I was pooping in my pants, either way. Uh, so anyway, but the song though, I really dug it. I really liked it a lot. There was elements that you definitely there's modern elements of like contemporary punk like pop punk or punk. One thing it reminded me of was it you said we did a reaction video for State Champs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that a little bit.
Yep. And they came out like almost the same time.
Yeah, but say so it's like sound wise it was like that, but like lyrically it was like, hey, let's look back at 2003. Let's look back at a time when the radio was ruled by all these pop punk bands and like Blink-182 and everything like that, and it was a good time to be around. I was very young, of course, so I don't remember a lot of it, but what I do remember, it's great. So,
Mhm.
but no, I enjoyed it for what it was. What is it something I would go back to? Some I would say sometimes, like not all the time, but like I kind of I feel like this is a song I have to be in the mood for. But but at the same time, I could listen to it whenever, truthfully. Like it's kind of like it's a happy medium between like I don't need to listen to it all the time, but if it's on, I'm not gonna complain about it. So for me, it's 8 out of 10.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, for me, no, I mean, no surprise. It's a 10 out of 10. Well, yeah,
Mhm.
one of the reasons I picked it. Um, Especially lately, just the older I get, the more I feel real nostalgic, and that really hit home because I know all those references are things that was like my childhood type. You know, Mike probably won't relate to that as hard. You weren't so much into like the pop punk things, but yeah, I mean, for me, yeah, it really hit home, and that's something that I can see. Me and Mike, we frequent the emo nights around here.
Yeah. Yep.
That's something that if you played that right in the middle of those songs, it would fit right in.
Yeah.
Like it would be if people knew it, it would fit right in, and then wouldn't break up anything at all. You wouldn't even know that it didn't come out 10, 15 years ago, 20 years
Yeah.
ago. God, no, like more like 20 years ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago. It's
Jeez.
2023. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Oof.
That's crazy. And see, this is one of those rare situations where the look of the band, the beats, and those things hurt the rating over just the song itself, which I actually really enjoyed the song and I like the melody. It's very catchy. But that the look of the band, he's like flipping off and he's got the Black Flag t-shirt. It's like he sounds nothing like Black Flag, and he
He
literally just
he got famous off of doing vocal covers on YouTube.
right. It just
Yeah,
like it just seems like he
that's what
got the
blew the band up.
credibility. He got
Yeah,
the credibility, but without actually incorporating anything from it. But I mean, I appreciate the nostalgic. There's a lot going on in my life around that time that it's nice to hear. Like the throwback, references and stuff. So yeah, 8.5 out of 10. I enjoyed the song. I just wish stupid beats weren't in there. It really distracted me while I was listening to it, as well as the look of the freaking lead singer's haircut. I just want to just,
oh, I
I
know, I hate it.
literally, I want to like shave his head, and just the look of the band in general is very poserish, but like good songwriting, and it needed a solo. I really was hoping that they would bust out a little solo. Like I
The
said, I was ready.
So they didn't do that most likely because one of their guitarists, that I believe is their lead guitarist, who also did some like second and backing vocals, left the band shortly before they went into
Oh,
this album cycle. So I'm sure that has something to do
so,
with that.
yeah.
Let me show you one thing though. You're talking about the look of the band.
Oh boy.
Um, every album cycle they kind of look different. The one before this one, the album was called The Great Depression. Very good album, very solid album.
So depressed.
This is what they looked like for that one. It was
Oh
just
my God.
let's look like My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, like what the
Yep,
heck
like
happened? Like,
entirely. And then if
wow.
you go all the way
Well,
to oh crap, well, I can't remember what the album was called. Let's see. Go back to their first album days. They look like insert generic pop punk band here.
yeah,
Literally every album they're changing it up.
that's crazy.
Wow. So I'm
All
the
right.
villain.
You
JT,
are the
we're the
villain,
villain here.
J Tizzle
And
McNizzle.
then
All
that's
right,
no
JT,
slur to the song.